Black man shreds Democrat lies. If you ever needed proof that black people are waking up, this is it. I'm telling y'all, these are the voices the media tries to hide, stories that they don't want in your algorithm. And why? Because these are black men and women who walked away from the Democrat plantation. And they ain't whispering about it. Y'all check this out.
As a black man who's been Democrat his entire life, I'm about to give you the top reasons why I became a Republican. Reason number one, Republicans do not with anything that is woke. Woke started out as something that was supposed to be generally good. It was made to highlight the racial injustice that was happening in this country at the time and just to shine a general light on it. Not to cause riots, not to start looting and doing all this crazy shit, bugging the fuck. No, just to shine a light on it so that we can, make it a little bit better. But somebody on the Democratic side, and I gotta be honest, they definitely weren't black, got a hold of it and said, woke, oh my God, what is this? What is woke? And you know what they did? Took woke and they turned it into some of the most ridiculous, nonsensical bullshit I've ever seen or heard in my life. Reason number two, the Republicans have become the party of logic, reason, common sense, and rational thought. And honestly, I don't know when the hell that happened because growing up, I always knew them as the party of racists and bigots, and that was it. That was all I was told by Democrats. They were just racists and bigots. That's it. Complete brainwashing by the Democratic Party my whole life, but now I see things for how they really are. Icing on the cake, Donald Trump almost gets assassinated, and he stands up. In the middle, while everyone else is freaking the fuck out, he was like, no, where's my shoes? I need my shoes. I knew then. I was like, okay, yeah, that's my president. I knew then. I was like, yep. A lot more things I can get into, but to keep it short and sweet, that's why I became a Republican. I started seeing all the flaws of the Democratic Party, and I saw that they were doing nothing to do anything about it to change, and they still haven't done anything.
I mean, the only thing I can disagree with so far is, I would say we contributed to the woke culture just as much. I mean, think about Hollywood and how many scripts we changed black and this, that, and the third. So that's probably the only critique there. But I say he's right. Woke was initiated as awareness, but Democrats flipped it into control. That's what it evolved into. And it's no longer about justice in any kind of way. It's about making people afraid to speak the truth. And they dressed it up as progress. But really under that, it's intimidation and identity worship. If you don't agree with them, a huge problem. That's the crazy part, right? Crazy, man. But one of the things that hits the hardest about what he said was it wasn't necessarily rage. It was clarity that brought him to this point. He realized that the left raised him, just like me and many of you, in fear. Or now fear-mongering, gaslighting, and all that other type of stuff. Don't go over there because they are racist. That's kind of how we understood the Republican Party to be. And that's how it was advertised to me. But they never taught him or us why. And then, truth is, logic don't really have a skin color to it. Do some research, boom. And the Democrat Party hates when, people that look like me start to think logically. Y'all see it happening every day because logic breaks the spells. A couple of questions. Why were we raised to fear Republicans but never taught to question Democrats? Some I want you to ponder. Another, what's more racist? Asking questions or being told you're not black if you do? He also brought up, Trump talking about his shoes. And in that moment, Trump did what no Democrat has done in decades. He showed raw courage while he was literally under fire. And that shook the world. And, you ain't got to like him, but you can't fake that level of calm after nearly getting killed, man. Anywho, I want y'all to check out this black man at a Trump rally. Obviously, this is an older clip, but it's prefaced with Trump has done more for the black community than any Democrat has. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know in the comments.
President Trump has done more for the black community than any Democrat ever has. And I grew up in Philadelphia, in the streets of Philadelphia, and I never benefited from any programs that any other Democrats had set forth. But President Trump is great for America, and I'm so excited.
And just to prove the point a little bit more, look at what Roland Martin wrote up under here. This dude is an idiot, and so are you. This is Roland Martin account. That's him. Oh, that guy. You know, that ain't no actor, though. The guy in the video, that's a regular black man who lived through the lies and decided to speak up. And for a long time, so many of us was afraid to be able to speak up and speak out about things like this because of the skin color and getting kicked out of the community. And plus, the left taught us that loving your country and thinking for yourself makes you a literal traitor. Make that make sense to me. He grew up in Philly, deep blue territory, right? Still got failed, man. That's not an opinion. That's literal reality. How long are you supposed to stay loyal to failure? From the Democrat Party, that is. What have Democrats actually built in our communities over the last 60 years? I really want to know. Now, CNN, the irony in this is an older clip, obviously, but this is when they were upset that black rappers were supporting Donald Trump, and they had the nerve to say that supporting Trump is dishonoring the black community. I can think of so many other things in rap that even I participated in that is way worse than, okay, but shout out to my guy, Corey.
So this man on CNN believes that it's a dishonor to the black community for rappers to come out in support of Trump.
I think that a lot of these rappers are not the intellectuals in the community, as Teray was pointing out, but it's also a dishonor to the black community. Yeah.
But where's that energy for the 99.9% of black Hollywood who support Democrats? You know, the party that didn't want slavery to end, the party of the Klan, the party that voted against the Civil Rights Act, the same party who's been in control of the inner city for decades, which has led to our neighborhoods being impoverished and crime-ridden, the same party that has implemented policies which have led to the destruction of the nuclear family within our communities, same party that's aligned themselves with Planned Parenthood, which was founded to end the lives of people who look like me. The party who tells me that I'm not black if I don't vote for them. The same party that had a political candidate who tried to pander to me by saying she puts collard greens in her bathtub, who insults my intelligence and tries to pander to me using kente cloths and hot sauce while talking in a southern accent. I just need y'all to be consistent. If it's a dishonor to the black community that these rappers show support for Trump, then it is for sure, without a doubt, a dishonor to the black community that 99.9% of Hollywood support Democrats. Keep that same energy. See, people are breaking away from the chains that the media has helped the Democrat Party keep on their minds. See, there's a political and spiritual awakening happening right now, and people are breaking free. Media will do anything they can to keep you asleep, because once your eyes are opened, it's over.
Makes no sense. And just to piggyback off his last statement, let me be very clear on this. It's not about Trump. It's about freedom. Right? And when black men, or black people, rather, decides to exercise it, guess who lose their mind? Write it in the comment section. Guess who lose their mind? Finish that sentence for me. They don't care what we think, man. They just care that we obey. They care that we follow in line. I don't understand it, man. So much. When did disagreeing with Democrats become a dishonor to the black community? You see how they frame this and insult our intelligence? And if Hollywood and hip hop can push filth without criticism, why is literally supporting a Republican off limits, huh? Might as well, huh? It's the same thing. It's under. And then who made y'all gatekeepers to the black identity? My gosh. Y'all, just to ease some tension real quick. I couldn't figure out a way when I was coming up with this story. I couldn't figure out a way to integrate it in seamlessly. But I figure it's a way for us to ease some tension real quick. Something to laugh at. White liberals pay reparations to black conservatives.
Do you support reparations for black people because they went through slavery?
Yes, I do, actually.
Perfect. So we have Joel here, and you can pay your reparations right now.
Okay.
How much do you want?
What is the suffering of my ancestors worth?
I'm just saying, imagine me walking up on a white person. Hey, you owe me for something that I ain't go through and something you ain't put me through. What?
Well, More than I can pay right now.
So do you want to set up like a payment plan?
No, but I do believe it's the responsibility of our government to take more action.
All right, pay up.
Wow. This is exposing it all.
Oh,
Thank you for paying for the crimes of your ancestors. You
You're
have
welcome.
been forgiven.
I don't know how you would go about doing that.
well,
That's what
I
we
have
do.
the answer. We have Joel Patrick here today, and he has his reparations jar. And you can pay for the crime. What other forms of payment do you accept?
We accept Venmo. We accept PayPal.
Well, I do not have Venmo. I do not have PayPal. And I am broke.
But
But-
you would pay if you could.
Yeah, but I don't understand why you're collecting money for it.
Because I'm a black person and my ancestors were slaves.
Yeah, but it's like I don't
You
I
are
don't
the slave.
understand what a
Have you
monetary.
ever owned slaves?
No, but I do not.
Have I ever been a slave?
No,
So how much money do you owe me?
nothing.
Ding, ding, ding.
I'm serious, man. That skit exposed it all. Oh, man. But, you know, when it's time to pay up, no, I'm playing. No, it's a stupid concept in my opinion. You know, they want to make people take accountability in the black community. I mean, outside of the black community for things that we didn't go through. Obviously, slavery is being taught to us in the black community as this white versus black thing, which in American history, it definitely evolved to that. But most people fail to realize that slavery was an economic issue that involved every color and creed at the time. It wasn't an issue of skin color. It was people doing stupid shit, first of all, stuff that I don't agree with, immoral things, where they're taking people whom are on the lowest spectrum in terms of the economic, socioeconomic spectrum, and they force them into labor. Black people sold black people, white people sold white people, so on and so on. Fast forward to, you know, the transatlantic slave trade, then you got what's going on. You fast forward to, you know, the two-party system, Democrat, Republican, well, Democrat, then you fast forward to where the Democrats didn't want to give out civil rights, women's rights, and things of that nature, the KKK and all of that. Then the Republican Party was started to combat that. And then Lyndon B. Johnson, unfortunately, I gave y'all a very, very quick summary. However, Democrat fatigue is real. Shout out to Maddie DeVera, if I don't want to say her name incorrectly. However, Maddie, she's somebody whom came across my timeline that I recently followed, and she followed me back. But she explained something pretty dope here. You think black fatigue is bad? Democrat fatigue is bar none the worst fatigue that plagues America. Check this out.
You know, while everybody is getting on social media and like the rest of the country is expressing about black fatigue, and trust me, it is a real thing. I'm tired of it too. But you know what other fatigue that is not being addressed as much and which I'm suffering from right now? I'm suffering from Democrat fatigue. Sure, my goodness. Democrats and Democrat officials are the worst. Democrat politicians are seriously exhausting. I'm tired, and I've been tired, honestly, for the past 12 years dealing with Democrats. And I'm tired. The most thing that I'm tired of the lies. These people are straight up liars. I'm tired of the fear-mongering. The way these people like to push propaganda and push false narratives to try and scare their constituents to continue to vote for them, that's it for me. I'm tired of the wokeness, all these woke agendas and just this woke ideology that the Democrats continue to push. I'm tired of that. I'm tired of the hypocrisy. These people don't mean what they say or say what they do. They're a bunch of hypocrites. They, you know, what applies to them doesn't apply to other people. The fact that, Democrats knew that Biden was in a cognitive decline for years, and these guys kept it top secret. And, people started to see that there was something amiss here, but they still wanted him to run anyway. Then when that didn't work, they installed a fake black woman who was an Irish, Tamil Indian woman who was trying to play off and pass off as, a black woman pandering to the black community. And then the black people, Democrats, they fell for that shit. And they thought that they were winning, but then they ended up losing. Man, that whole election last year was fucking exhausting. It was nerve-wracking. It was gut-wrenching. I'm telling you, everyone was on the freaking edge of their seats dealing with that election because, a lot of Americans, 77 million in fact, were tired and they wanted change. And that's what happened when we got Trump in. I'm tired of the lack of accountability. Democrat politicians can get away with anything. They can go and disobey laws. They can fight officials who are trying to do their jobs, and they will never ever be accountable. They are committing frauds. You have, Democrat mayors who are defrauding their communities. Never held accountable for that. But let that be a Republican. Oh, I'm telling you, they would have been up in arms about it. I'm tired of that. I'm tired of, as a citizen, Democrats don't have my back because they would much rather fight for illegal foreigners than fight for me as a citizen. I am tired of that. That's not safe. That's not security for me. That's not security. Most of all, I'm just tired of the Trump deranged syndrome that these Democrats have. It's like, get over yourselves already. He is in office, he's president, get the fuck over it. There's nothing you can do for the next 4 years. Just put up and shut the fuck up. Because I'm tired. I'm tired of Democrats. This Democrat fatigue, it's been getting on my nerves for so long, and I'm tired of it. You want to talk about black fatigue? Democrat fatigue is the worst.
Now, this is what emotional political burnout looks like. Not from Republicans in this particular instance, but from being loyal to a party that never gave a about you and never gave what they promised. That wasn't confusing. She's done. Why so many lifelong Democrats, walking away, y'all? And they all say, never again. I never again do it. I mean, everything she named, the fear tactics, the fake leaders and fake representation, all the unchecked hypocrisy and lack of accountability. Yeah, that's the pattern. I ask, is fatigue the problem or is it betrayal? That's the bar of the year, though. I got to give it to a Democrat. Fatigue is the worst. Yeah. Betrayal, because just as deep as oppression. And y'all know the Democrats and the left side of things and legacy media, they love to use pain as their currency. They campaign on it. They joke about it and vanish until the next election cycle comes. And now, Black America, we tired of being that emotional ATM. All of America, we are. Said we were angry, then we got informed. They said we were confused, then we got clear. Now they're saying we no longer Black just because we thinking for ourselves. Because the minute Black America realized we ain't on, the minute we started asking the real questions, that's when you're starting to see everything. They fear it. They panic. They in panic mode about this. And they should. Because once we stop voting emotionally, man, they stop winning automatically. Y'all be safe, please. Go check on somebody today. You can be saving their life, man, and yours, for real. Thank y'all for all the support, all the likes, comments, and shares, man. It's greatly appreciated. Peace.